3.2 gallons. Welcome back. My name is Larry. This is Work Less, Enjoy Life More. Typically this is a camping channel, but for today we're doing a tour of this brand new rig we just got done building. It's a truck camper that we completely made from scratch and built it on top of a geo tracker. So we'll just jump right into it and we'll go through this whole thing. It's a 1992 geo tracker. It's a 4-cylinder. I believe it's 1.6 liter. I'm not 100% sure. It's just a automatic. And it is 4-wheel drive, so that's good. That way we can get into more spots. So the tracker has a 3-inch Calamini lift. It does have some off-road accessories added to it, like this Calamini front bumper. We got a little 4,500 pound winch, and then it has some slide rails down here for rock crawling. So this whole rig was designed to just get into like the most remote locations as possible. The rig that I normally use in the videos on the channel is on a 1-ton dually truck, and it's a full-size truck camper. And it's good to get back in most locations, but I can't get everywhere. This will definitely get me almost anywhere I want to go. All right, as for the camper, we made it out of like just 2x2 lumber, and then put 3/8-inch plywood on the outside. And I know plywood is not the most ideal exterior to have on a camper because of rot, but it has, I don't even know at this point, 6 or 8 coats of paint on there, a couple coats of urethane. All right, you can see here that we actually went ahead and installed all the lights just like on normal campers. So there are marker lights all the way around. I did end up having to wire it into the tracker. There is a trailer plug hidden kind of back behind here, so I can unplug it. Kind of all goes into this junction box back here. And then from that point, it lights up all the exterior lights. I did have to end up putting tail lights on the outside here because the trailer itself, or the camper itself, covers the tail lights on the truck. But I think it looks pretty good. And so far it seems to work pretty good. All right, so the door is just a custom door we ended up building. I probably should have went ahead and spent the money on an RV door for the long run, but for now this seems to be working. It's just normal door hinges. There's not even any kind of like foam weather stripping yet. Do have a little window back here for ventilation, just a regular door handle with a lock on it. And then we got the yellow porch light, which runs off of an alternate battery, not the geo tracker battery. That way I can leave that on as much as I want and not have to worry about having a dead battery on the truck. All right, on top, we do have actual rubberized roof coating for an RV. And then I put a max air fan on top with a cover. Kind of looks like an air conditioning, but unfortunately I don't have air conditioning in this yet. Maybe someday in the future. Since it's Arizona, it's very hot here. So I'm gonna see how this works, just having the max air fan. We built this cab over area just to go to scale for the camper, just so it looks good aesthetically. And then I'm obviously not gonna be sleeping up there. It's just gonna be for the dogs or for storage or something. But I'll show you more of that when we get on the inside. But before we go and show you the inside, I wanna introduce you to somebody. This is Craig.
Hi guys.
Craig is actually a subscriber to the channel, and he got a hold of me on the Facebook group, which is actually right here at the bottom of the screen, and I'll put a link down below in the description. But just got to talking on there, and he lives close enough to where I am usually at. So we just ended up becoming friends, and he ended up taking time away from his evenings for the last almost 2 months trying to help me on this project, and just could not have done it without him.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we spent a lot of hours working on it, and I'm just thrilled with the way it came out. I think it looks awesome.
Oh yeah. One thing I need to add is that I have not camped in this yet. This just got kind of to this build point. It's not really done. I don't want to call it done, but it just got to where it's at now, where it's usable to camp in. I want to be able to camp in it a few times to get an idea of where I want everything to be at, but I was sure that I wanted the kitchen to be out here just because it's such a small camper that with the kitchen on the inside. Even if I was just heating up water, it's just going to heat up the inside so much that I didn't want that. So this is whatever this is, Joy Tutus. It's just a one I got off of Amazon. It actually has 4 screws right here. This whole thing is going to fold down, which I'll show you, but there's a cutting board here, which I can show you real quick, which I obviously haven't used. It's still got the thing on it, but the cutting board slides out in case I need a cutting board for cooking. These screw down so it doesn't rattle. There's a little latch right here, and this whole thing comes down level for a cooking surface, but it's big enough for a stove. A couple things. I got room for, you know, maybe a plate or something if I'm bringing over meat or whatever, but it's enough for just my use for what I need. And then I've got this brand new Iceco fridge that Iceco sent me for free for this build. It's the Iceco GO20 or Go20. It's the gray color, and it's dual zone 12-volt fridge, and I'm going to end up testing it out. They want me to actually do a full test and then in about a month do a review. So we'll look forward to doing a review on this at some other point in time. But so far right now, this thing is just perfect. It's not too big, but it holds plenty of food for a couple of nights of camping, and it obviously doesn't take up a lot of power. So yeah, thank you Iceco for sending that. One thing I want to add real quick is I put this like locking hinge right here. So there's a little button, and then that shuts with the door. But then when you open the door, it locks so that wind doesn't blow the door shut. And then that way the kitchen won't blow around while you're cooking. Okay, with the Iceco fridge, it actually came with its own power station right here. I just have it sitting on top of another power station. It's 69,900 milliamp hours, which seems to be running it pretty good. Just has a 12-volt plug to plug in the fridge. And then this is the power station that I have running all the power inside the camper. I just have a 12-volt plug that I wired up, and that obviously isn't done. I'm going to have the wires hidden better, but these wires run the interior lights and they run the max air fan. As you can see, most of the framing in here is 2x2s. I do have a couple 2x3s, but the majority of it is 2x2s. These are just kind of in the corners for bracing. I have had a lot of people asking about the weight, and I don't know the exact weight yet, but I know that 2 people can lift it up, so it can't be too much. I do plan on insulating everything and putting paneling. I want it to kind of look like a cabin, I think, in here. That could possibly change. And I also plan on doing build videos in the future of kind of fixing the inside all up. But for now, it is just raw wood. Up top right now, we just have one light. And the one light is temporary, just so I have some sort of light in here. I ended up buying a bunch of like 2-inch puck lights that are going to go up in the ceiling and be hardwired in with a dimmer. Just obviously I haven't put the paneling in there yet. I'm just leaving everything kind of as it is because I have more wiring to do, and it just makes it hard whenever you cover everything to be able to run wires. So just gonna have to deal with it looking ugly right now. So we got little Marty up in the cab over area. You can see, especially scaled to him, it's not big enough for an adult to sleep up there, but it's going to be perfect for the dogs. I don't have Mason up there right now, but don't jump down. Okay, so the question I get asked the most is, how do I sleep in this thing? Obviously, I haven't slept in it yet, but I designed a bed in the only spot that I could figure it to work, and I had to take out the passenger seat, and it goes all the way up to the glove box, which I can still open the glove box. And then there's also plenty of storage underneath, and then it's just cut at an angle so it doesn't affect the transfer case or e-brake or anything like that. Still have plenty of room to drive it, but obviously just not going to have a passenger with me. But from this portion right here all the way to the back is 6'8", and since I'm only 6'2", I should have plenty of room. So this is I don't have it blown up all the way, but just because I was running out of breath. But this is a backpacking air mattress, and it does kind of come over here into the driving area a bit, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal if I just keep my feet over here. But guys, obviously the dogs like it. Chill, guys. But you can see it's long enough that I should be able to sleep on it. And there's actually some room at the end, and I still got probably 6 inches down here before it hits the glove box. So I think it's gonna sleep just fine. They seem to like it.
I'm not gonna get any sleep with the dogs.
On the passenger side, under the bed, I do have quite a bit of space right here. And while we're down here, I can go ahead and talk about how I have it attached. You can see way back there and right here, there's these turnbuckles that are attached to the tracker, and then it goes up to the camper. I also have one here on the rear, which attaches to this tow point, and it seems to hold everything in place really well. Okay, and then as you can see down here, I have a couple things right now. I'll obviously have it filled up with more stuff when I go camping on my first trip, but this is my foldable toilet, and I'm not going to take it out, but trust me, it's in there, and you basically just go to the bathroom into kind of like heavy-duty Ziploc bags, and it keeps everything sealed up so you can dispose of it properly after your camping trip. And then this is 30 feet of solar cable wiring. That way I don't have to park in the sun. And then I can just plug it in to the power station and then run it out to the solar panels, which will be sitting out in the sun.